Amanda Head is the founder of the Hollywood Conservative and the spokesperson for We Are Not in This Together. She joins us now live from Los Angeles. Amanda, we appreciate you coming on. Against the advice of health experts and scientists, why are you choosing not to wear a mask?
For me, here in Los Angeles, there are a few grocery stores, mom and pop places that are not enforcing any type of mask going in. But let me be clear. The issue of wearing a mask, if a private business wants to mandate that their customers come into their establishment wearing a mask, it's the same thing as, an upscale restaurant having a dress code. They have every right to mandate that. Our issue is with any type of widespread government overreach. And I'm here in California, as you know, so that's kind of the law of the land here is government overreach. It's their MO. But we don't want the government to overstep those bounds because there are a lot of issues with wearing a mask.
Amanda, we know that this virus can be airborne, and a lot of people are choosing to wear masks to not just protect themselves from the virus, but also to protect other people, because we know that a lot of people can be asymptomatic carriers and can easily pass this on. It's one thing to argue for freedoms. We have the freedom to do a lot of things in this country, but I think a lot of people are choosing to wear masks because it's something that keeps everybody safe.
But it doesn't. I mean, as recently as April, the CDC, Dr. Fauci, and the NIH said that they didn't think that masks were that effective for a number of reasons. The firstly being because people are going to be more inclined to adjust the mask on their faces. What happens when you touch your face? You transfer germs to your face. But not only that, but these masks, there were a few things that we knew at the inception of this virus. We did not know its behavioral capacity. We didn't know how it was going to mutate. But one of the things that we could easily observe was its size. And if you take a particle excuse me, let me rephrase that. If you take the diameter of a human hair and you blow it up to the size of a baseball, the COVID virus particle is smaller than the size of a pencil head. So these disposable masks that people are wearing, the scarves, the bandanas, whatever it is, that particle is just going to fly right through. There is also an issue with secondary diseases resulting from this, the least of which obviously folks can get headaches from wearing them a lot, but also our nasal passages. We have these little bitty turbines in our nasal passages in our sinuses that not only serve the purpose of moisturizing air as it passes through our nose, but it also filters out bacteria. When it is allowed to operate freely, it's pretty effective. But if you have a mask on, not only is it going to trap bacteria within your body, but it is also going to expel things that are good, the good things that, that turbine is not going to be able to process the way that it should. And also more humidity in your face. We know how bacteria propagates, and it's with humidity.
Amanda, I want to just pivot for a second. We know that the Trump administration and national health experts have changed their guidance on that. Certainly, this is something that has evolved as we learn more and more about a virus that we didn't know anything about to begin with. So I think a lot of people are going with the flow on how we're learning about how this is transmitted. But I want to pivot for a second. In your video online, you rail against politicians for taking away the freedoms and locking people in their homes. Do you think that what U.S. officials are doing is any different from any other world leader right now that are trying to keep their citizens safe?
Not necessarily, but I think the United States is very different. People can knock us all they want, but we do bitterly cling to our freedoms. And, obviously they're not coming around door to door in our neighborhood, locking us in our homes. But there is a level of fear that is being propagated not only by the media, but by these politicians. And our stance is that if you are one of those folks, you feel immunocompromised, you're an elderly person or someone in your family is, you have absolutely every right to stay home and to not go out or to wear a mask when you go out in public. But for folks like me who are able-bodied and youngish, and healthy and want to get out and work, I don't think that there should be so many barriers preventing us from doing so. And here in California, our Governor Gavin Newsom is suggesting that the lockdown is going to be until August, so clear through the summer. It's not like California is in a financial place to be shutting down and restricting our economy even further. But as long as these politicians are getting paid, you shouldn't be locking us out from our own jobs.
Well, Amanda, I can tell you, I don't think the U.S. president wants to keep the economy shut down. He's certainly been staking his reelection on that. And I think it's also a really dangerous time for young people as well. I've had multiple guests on my programs that are young, healthy, no pre-health conditions whatsoever, that have been on ventilators. One individual who has actually read his last rites and said goodbye to his family before making a recovery. So I appreciate your perspective, and also I'm also sharing the other side of that too. That it's something that our viewers, given what health experts are saying, still have to remain very vigilant about. Amanda, thanks for being with us.